Dear friends, a very warm welcome to this data migration tutorial. Before starting, if you haven't watched the previous tutorial of DevOps testing, I would insist to watch it as it would give you a real good insights to the DevOps fundamentals. Link is in the description or open the playlist above. And come on, subscribe to your own channel. Okay, so let's come to the data migration. Companies are spending billions of dollars in migrating data in migrating systems, yet many of the new systems fail to meet expectations. In fact, many data migration projects exceed budget or fail due to flawed strategy and execution, according to Gartner. Nevertheless, data migrations are a necessity nowadays. So let's understand this complex but inevitable process at a glance. So first thing first. What is data migration? Data migration is the process of transferring data from one storage system or computing environment to another. Simply, it refers to the data transfer between different types of file formats, databases, and storage systems. Also remember validation of migrated data for completeness and then decommissioning of legacy data storage are considered a part of data migration process. There are many reasons companies need to undertake a data migration project. For example, you might be replacing servers, storage devices, or decommissioning a data center. Basically, following three reasons are important to understand why we need to do data migration. First, upgrading computer or a legacy systems. Second, changing legacy systems. And third, merging systems, which means data integration. Data migration is also an essential step in the overall process of migrating on-premises IT infrastructure to a cloud computing environment. Let's learn the different phases of data migration ahead. Now let's take a deep dive into the data migration technicalities. Let's see the three primary phases, underlying activities and the outcomes of each phase. First phase is pre-migration, which probably is a busy, critical and complicated phase. As the name suggests, this phase is the preparation phase for the actual migration. The three key activities in pre-migration phase are data assessment, data cleansing and extraction, transformation and loading, which is also called ETA. Data assessment includes identification of data sources, running system extracts and queries and reviews of process data migration process. Data cleansing mainly includes cleanup of source data. ETL activities includes running data extracts from current system, create tables, write scripts and schedule jobs, execution of mock migrations, and performing data validation. Key outputs of this phase include scope and strategy document, work breakdown structure, clean source data, source system extraction, modules, scripts and ETL jobs for data migration. Second phase is migration phase. Key activities here are to prepare and review for migration reports and metrics, verify record counts on the new system, fix any exceptions and finally validation sign-off. Output of migration phase is signed-off migration validation document. Thirdly, post-migration activities are to finish data migration reports, quality reports and final sign-off. Outcome of this phase are exception reports and signed-off data migration project closure document. Let us take a look on the types of data migration which are really interesting. First is storage migration. This process deals with moving data from one storage system to another, such as a hard disk or the cloud. The goals of this technology refreshes are faster performance and dynamic scaling. Second is data center migration. Migrating an entire data center environment to the cloud or another location is a large-scale, comprehensive process which requires careful planning and coordination to avoid any downtime or disruption. Third is application migration. This type of migration occurs when an organization switches from one platform or vendor application to another. Changing application vendor, for instance a new CRM or ERP platform, will inevitably involve substantial transformation because almost every application operates on its own specific data model. Fourth is database migration. This type of migration involves moving data between two database engines. It requires careful planning and testing as there are a number of subtasks involved in the process, like storage capacity estimation of the target database, testing applications, and ensuring data confidentiality. Fifth is business process migration. Business processes operate through a combination of human and application systems actions. When these actions change, they require the movement of database or application data. Examples of such migration drivers are mergers and acquisitions, business optimization, and reorganization to enter new markets or respond to competitive threat. Sixth and popular nowadays is the data migration to the cloud. Many organizations are choosing to move workloads to the cloud for a cost-effective and best-performing IT environment. In online migration, data moves across the internet or a private or dedicated connection. Whereas in offline migration, data is transferred via a storage appliance that's physically shipped between data center and the target cloud storage. Let's now take a look on the data migration steps. As you can see, first is design strategy. Selecting a data migration strategy depends on the need for data migration. The design phase is where organizations define the type of migration, big bang or trickle. We will come to these two strategies in next section. This also involves creating the technical architecture of the solution and detailing the migration processes. Second step is to assess the data source and analyze. Before migrating data, you must know what you're migrating, as well as how it fits within the target system. So the next step is to analyze the data. Answering some of the questions can help with this assessment. For example, how much data is pulling over? How much of the data requires migration? Is the data structured or unstructured? And is data redundancy going to be an issue? Third step is to build a migration solution. Since data migration is a one-time and large activity, it's crucial to get it right. A common tactic is to break the data into subsets and build out one category at a time, followed by a test. Step 4 is to collect and cleanse data. This step involves removing data which is not required, compressing the remaining content, and converting data into the desired format. Step 5 is data validation. This step involves reviewing the execution process. Assess the data rules and check if they are working the way they are supposed to, and watch for any exceptions in your data flow. Step 6 is to sort data. Once you have profiled the data into a high quality and usable format, the next step is to categorize it according to the migration requirements. It makes easier to route data into the right buckets. For example, in banking, data can be organized based upon the customer types, product type, portfolio types, account types, and any other criteria. Step 7 is actual migration. This is the final step in which everything falls into place. Now all we have to do is migrate them from one system to another. Finally, step 8 is to conduct a live test. The testing process isn't over after testing the code during the build phase. It's important to test the data migration design with real data to ensure the accuracy of the implementation and completeness of the application. Most strategies fall into one of two categories, big bang or trickle. In a big bang data migration, as the name suggests, full transfer is completed within a limited window of time. Whereas in trickle migrations, in contrast, complete the migration process in phases. Advantages of big bang migration include, it's less costly, usually less complex. Advantages of trickle migration include, it's less prone to expensive surprises. Zero downtime required as the migration is incremental and easy rollback. If a single phase fails, it's only that phase that needs to be rolled back and repeated. Disadvantages of a big bang approach are, a high risk of expensive failure as problems may be discovered after complete migration. If the migration fails, a complete rollback is required. And big bang requires downtime. Disadvantages of a trickle approach are, it is more expensive. And we have to maintain multiple live environments for trickle approach. Data migration has the reputation of being risky and difficult. It is time-consuming with many planning and implementation steps. So let's go through the first risk, data loss. During the data migration process, data loss can occur. On a small scale, this may not be a problem, however this is a major challenge in large-scale migration programs. Second risk is security. Organizations need to make sure that all data is securely encrypted before migration. Third risk is compatibility. Compatibility issues are also possible in data transfer, such as changed operating systems and unexpected file formats. Fourth is long transfer times or delays. It can be challenging to predict exact online transfer times. Network impediments may restrict connection speeds or hardware restrictions might throttle the amount of data. And finally, fifth challenge is unexpected higher costs, which often result from improper planning. For example, delays in online transfers, additional charges. Despite the difficulty and risks which we have discussed before, we can ensure a successful project within budgets and deadlines by following the best practices. First is to understand the data usage. By understanding who uses the data, who will use it in the future, how will it be used? Formatting requirements. Be sure to gather the requirements from relevant stakeholders and business units throughout the migration process. Then secondly, we should assess the environments. Will the same operating system be running in source and target environments? Will database schema or other formatting need to change? Thirdly, verify business requirements by asking, what kind of migration timeline is necessary? What types of data security must be maintained throughout the migration process? Is any data loss or corruption tolerable? And how would unexpected delays affect the business? Then fourth best practice is to back up the data. Make sure there are backup resources and that they've been tested before proceeding. Fifth is to stick to the strategy. The migration process can be complicated at times, so be ready for it and stick to the plan. Finally, testing is very important throughout the data migration process. During the planning and design phases, and throughout implementation and maintenance, test the data migration to make sure to achieve the desired outcome. Tools. There are three types of data migration tools available. On-premise data migration tools. On-premise solutions are designed to migrate data between two or more servers or databases within a large or medium network, without moving data to the cloud. These solutions are optimal if you are performing tasks like changing data warehouses or moving the location of your primary data store. Then open source data migration tools. Typically, open source solutions are free or lower in cost than commercial alternatives. Open source data migration tools can be a practical option for migrating your data if the project is not too large or complex. Then cloud-based data migration tools are the latest generation and are designed to move data to the cloud. Many organizations are now going for cloud-based solutions considering cost efficiencies and enhanced security in moving data from on-premise to the cloud. Let's now take a look on some of the data migration tools examples. Today, there are plenty of tools to facilitate enterprise data migrations. Generally, data migration strategy determines which tools work best for the specific project. Rsync is for host-based file-level migration. VM to speed and simplify the process of migrating VM-based workloads. EMC-Ra Infinity for network-based file-level migration. Zerto offers a converged disaster recovery, backup, and workload mobility platform. HDS Universal Replicator for array-based block-level migration. Clone, an open-source command line utility, used to migrate data to and from cloud object storage. Brocade DMM for network-based block-level migration. CyberDuck is an open-source FTP and SFTP client, used to transfer individual files or file volumes. Volume managers for host-based block-level migration. And then we have Zinstall. Friends, hope you have gained some useful insights from this data migration tutorial. Whatever the reason for the data migration, its ultimate aim should be to improve corporate performance and deliver competitive advantage. To succeed, data migrations must be given the attention they deserve, rather than simply being considered part of a large project. Again, please like, share, subscribe and comment, so that we remain motivated to come up with such knowledge sharing videos. Thanks for watching all out videos. See you in the next one.